On a warm Florida evening at Mar-a-Lago, President Donald Trump made a pivotal announcement about the future of American sea power. Flanked by top officials, he unveiled an ambitious new shipbuilding plan, signaling a renewed focus on naval dominance. The setting, far from Washington, was chosen to project decisive action and personal commitment. This was more than a policy update. It was a declaration that the U.S. would reshape its Navy and the industrial base behind it. The plan aimed to expand the fleet, address global challenges, and redefine the Navy's role for decades. President Trump spoke of a golden fleet, tying naval expansion to his broader national security agenda. The message was clear: the U.S. was recommitting to ruling the waves with a new generation of formidable ships. For sailors, shipbuilders, and allies, this marked the start of a new era in American maritime strength. The world's oceans are once again arenas of great power competition, where rival nations test their strength and resolve. From the South China Sea to the Arctic, maritime boundaries are being challenged, and the stakes for global security have never been higher. In this environment, a stronger U.S. Navy is not just desirable, it's essential. The ability to project power, maintain freedom of navigation, and protect vital trade routes depends on a robust and ready fleet. The era of unrivaled American naval dominance has ended as other nations, like China and Russia, rapidly build powerful fleets of their own. These countries are investing heavily in advanced warships, submarines, and missile systems, aiming to challenge U.S. influence on the high seas. The new shipbuilding plan is a direct response to these evolving threats and the urgent need to project power globally. It's about staying ahead of adversaries and ensuring the U.S. Navy remains a credible force wherever it sails. A larger Navy allows the U.S. to deter adversaries, reassure allies, and strengthen international partnerships. Joint exercises and coordinated patrols with allies send a clear message of unity and resolve. With more ships, the Navy can respond to crises and humanitarian disasters around the world without overextending its forces or leaving critical regions unprotected. When the fleet is too small, ships and crews are overworked, reducing readiness and effectiveness. Fatigue and maintenance backlogs can compromise missions and put lives at risk. Modern conflict requires a more distributed, resilient fleet, one that mixes large warships with agile frigates and support vessels. This diversity allows the Navy to adapt quickly to new threats and operate effectively in contested environments. This approach makes the Navy harder to target and more survivable in high-tech combat, where speed, flexibility, and the ability to disperse forces are critical advantages. A strong Navy is also a tool of diplomacy, signaling American resolve and stabilizing volatile regions. Naval presence can prevent conflicts before they start and support allies in times of uncertainty. The size and capability of the fleet reflect U.S. influence and willingness to lead. A visible, capable Navy reassures partners and deters those who would threaten peace. The push for more ships is about sustaining American leadership in the 21st century, ensuring the U.S. can meet any challenge, anywhere, at any time. Naval strength remains the foundation of global security and U.S. power projection, shaping the world's balance of power for generations to come. China's rapid naval expansion is a major driver of America's new shipbuilding initiative. Over the past decade, China has invested heavily in modernizing its navy, transforming it from a regional force into a global maritime power. This transformation has not gone unnoticed in Washington, where policymakers are increasingly concerned about the shifting balance of power at sea. The People's Liberation Army Navy has become a true blue water force, launching modern warships at an unprecedented pace. China's shipyards are now among the busiest in the world, producing advanced destroyers, frigates, and even aircraft carriers, at a rate that far outpaces most other nations. China's fleet now surpasses the U.S. Navy in numbers, allowing it to concentrate power in the Indo-Pacific and challenge U.S. interests. This numerical advantage gives China greater flexibility to project power, conduct patrols, and assert its territorial claims in contested waters. The U.S. must build not just better, but more ships to maintain deterrence and fulfill commitments to allies. This means expanding shipyard capacity, investing in skilled labor, and ensuring a steady flow of resources to keep production lines moving. China's massive shipbuilding industry gives it a long-term advantage in any naval arms race. With state-backed funding and a clear strategic vision, China can rapidly scale up its fleet, putting pressure on the U.S. to respond in kind. The U.S. plan aims to revitalize its own shipbuilding base, investing in new designs and steady funding for shipyards. By modernizing facilities and adopting cutting-edge technologies, America hopes to regain its competitive edge and ensure its Navy remains second to none. President Trump's Golden Fleet initiative is a direct response, accelerating warship delivery to close the numbers gap. This ambitious program is designed to send a message of resolve, both to adversaries and to America's allies around the world. This sends a clear signal to Beijing and allies. The U.S. is serious about maintaining naval supremacy. By working closely with partners and demonstrating a visible presence, America aims to reassure friends and deter potential aggression. Building a larger, more capable fleet is essential to deter aggression and keep Indo-Pacific sea lanes open. Freedom of navigation and the security of global trade depend on a strong and ready U.S. Navy. The competition with China demands urgent, strategic investment in American maritime power. Only by acting decisively now can the U.S. ensure it remains the dominant force on the world's oceans for decades to come. While China shapes its long-term maritime strategy with patience and precision, focusing on expanding its influence in the Indo-Pacific, the United States often finds its naval posture dictated by immediate crises, like the ongoing turmoil in Venezuela, which draw American forces closer to home and demand rapid, flexible responses. The persistent instability in Venezuela has triggered a significant U.S. naval buildup in the Caribbean region, with American warships enforcing a maritime blockade to isolate the Maduro regime and restrict its access to vital resources. Recent high-profile actions, such as intercepting and seizing oil tankers suspected of violating sanctions, highlight the Navy's critical role in applying diplomatic and economic pressure, as well as enforcing U.S. foreign policy objectives. These operations, however, place considerable strain on naval resources, underscoring the urgent need for a larger, more versatile fleet to manage simultaneous global challenges and unexpected regional flare-ups. Smaller, more affordable vessels like the FFX frigate are perfectly suited for these regional missions, allowing the Navy to free up its larger, more advanced ships for high-end conflict and deterrence operations elsewhere. The Venezuela situation is a vivid, real-world example of why the sheer number of ships truly matters, because a crisis can erupt anywhere, at any time, demanding an immediate and credible response. The Navy must be ready to respond decisively in the Caribbean, while simultaneously deterring China and supporting allies in the vast Pacific theater. The push for a larger, more modern fleet is not just about numbers, it's a strategic investment in flexibility, global reach, and the ability to shape events before they escalate. America's ability to influence outcomes at home and abroad depends on a robust, adaptable Navy that can project power and respond to crises wherever they arise. The new shipbuilding plan is designed to ensure the U.S. can protect its interests, support its allies, and maintain stability in every hemisphere, no matter what the future holds. Central to the expansion is the new FFX guided missile frigate, a shift from building only large, expensive warships. The FFX is smaller, agile, and affordable, designed to fill critical gaps and be built quickly in large numbers. Its design is based on a proven Coast Guard vessel, reducing risk and speeding up delivery. These frigates will handle diverse missions: anti-submarine warfare, air defense, and maritime security. Deploying them for routine patrols frees up destroyers for high-end combat. The FFX program is a pragmatic, cost-effective approach to growing the fleet and meeting global demands. These ships will form the backbone of a versatile, modern surface force. The FFX program was enabled by a bold shift in strategy, canceling most of the Constellation-class frigates. Facing delays and rising costs, Navy leaders pivoted to a faster, more affordable approach. Instead of developing a complex new design, the Navy chose to adapt an existing proven ship for the FFX. This marks a break from the past, prioritizing readiness and rapid delivery over unproven technology. The new philosophy values steady, predictable work for shipyards and a healthy industrial base. Canceling the Constellation program cleared the way for urgent naval expansion. The focus is now on delivering more ships, faster and at lower cost. This strategic reset is vital for rebuilding U.S. maritime strength. President Trump's vision for the fleet goes beyond capability. He wants ships that look powerful and inspire pride. He's criticized the aesthetics of some modern warships, insisting the Golden Fleet must be both formidable and visually impressive. Trump's branding background influences this approach, even floating the idea of a Trump-class battleship. The Golden Fleet name is part of a broader effort to project unmatched quality and strength. While some question the utility of battleships, their symbolic power is undeniable. This focus on aesthetics is a departure from the Navy's traditional, functional design philosophy. Trump believes visual power enhances deterrence and American prestige. Whether this will yield more effective ships is uncertain, but it's reshaping the conversation about naval identity. The new shipbuilding plan is anchored in two principles: readiness and fiscal responsibility. Navy Secretary John Phelan insists every dollar must directly enhance readiness and warfighting ability. This marks a cultural shift, prioritizing proven technology and efficient production over risky, expensive programs. The focus is on delivering real capability quickly, with predictable, sustainable shipbuilding. More ships ease strain on the fleet, allowing for better maintenance and training. A larger, well-maintained fleet is the true measure of naval power. The decision to favor the FFX over the Constellation class exemplifies this pragmatic approach. The Navy aims to rebuild strength and revitalize American shipbuilding for decades to come. President Trump's shipbuilding plan is a fundamental reorientation of U.S. naval strategy for a more dangerous world. By committing to a larger, more balanced fleet, America signals it will not cede leadership at sea. The FFX frigate marks a shift toward a versatile, affordable force, giving commanders flexibility for any mission. This investment also revitalizes the defense industrial base, creating jobs and economic strength. The new plan provides stability for shipyards and suppliers, ensuring rapid, efficient shipbuilding. America's future prosperity and security depend on a strong, ready Navy. The Golden Fleet is designed to secure U.S. interests and values on the world's oceans for generations. The course is set. Strength, readiness, and resolve will define the next era of American sea power.